Being bilingual, biliterate, and bicultural can be an advantage in today's world.
We live in a world that is smaller than it's ever been. And where can you go that they aren't speaking more than one language? I mean, anywhere in the world.
Our dual program is a 50-50 two-way program, which means that half of our kids are native English speakers, half are native Spanish speakers.
It begins in kindergarten, where the students have two teachers, an English instructor and a Spanish instructor. So all content areas are taught in the language of the...
We're not teaching Spanish, we're teaching content in Spanish, and that's a big difference.
By third or fourth grade, the research is, and it's been true here so far, that they catch up with their monolingual peers, and then from there they typically exceed the academic achievement of their monolingual peers.
The benefits that I see, at least from my kindergarten experiences, were that the Latino kids could participate. You know, before in ESL or just in kindergarten, you'd get the kids in and they couldn't speak the language at all, and they would sit there, they were scared, and then all of a sudden, when you're speaking their language and they think everyone else around them is speaking their language, they're raising their hands, they want to participate, they go up to anybody and start talking. So you could see that in their attitude that you know, they felt more comfortable.
For the minority language students, since kindergarten on, they arrived at school every day with something to bring. So it's empowering. They feel like they belong, their culture is validated, and that's so powerful in terms of their attitude towards instruction.
I feel that the most effective part of the dual immersion program is building a relationship and an understanding and an appreciation amongst the two cultures.
They have to look for and understand and get deeper into the information that's there in order for them to understand it. And I think that even if they weren't to continue with the language program, that's a skill that we all need to problem solve and to be able to look deeper at the heart of the problem and be able to solve it.
Well, it makes you a better teacher because you don't assume things.
And you really have to plan with detail.
I just need patience to wait for them to, understand from my all the gestures, my facial. So this Chinese Immersion program not only teach them language, but also we introduce Chinese culture to them.
You definitely do have to be animated. You do definitely have to act out a lot of things because you don't want to revert to English when you're teaching in Spanish and you want the kids to get it.
No, todavía lo estás empujando. ¿Qué es?
For example, the word arrastrar means to drag. One of the girls was rolling or pushing or shoving the dog, and I'm like, no, that's not arrastrar. So I had one of the students actually help her out to figure out what that meant.
The Spanish teachers, the English teachers at the kindergarten, first grade level use a lot of physical movement to get the students involved. So even if they aren't necessarily understanding all of the content, they're picking it up gradually.
It takes dedication. It takes what it really wants you to do for them. If you really enjoy what are you doing. I love what I'm doing. I want my kids to learn what I know.
My mom wanted me to learn another language because she said when I grow up it'll be useful.
Español está ayudarme en el futuro para agarrar más oportunidades para la universidad.
Once we learn Spanish and English, then it's going to get easier connected, and then you can talk two languages to two people.
I started coming here in K4, and I like that we get to learn how to speak Spanish because it'll help us get a better job in the future because a lot more people are speaking Spanish now.
When I started, I didn't know any German. Ich mag mit meinen Freunden spielen und auch neue Freunde lernen.
Our son wakes up every morning and is excited to go to school and comes home, and when you say, "How was school today?" he says it was great.
The opportunities, if you are bilingual, are far exceed those if you are not, and that my kids have that opportunity is exciting for me.
If I had to say one thing to any parent
who's thinking about bringing their child to a school like this one, I would say you should absolutely do it.